Okay, let's get started again. I'm going to be showing you guys the moving dots assignment. Here are the system requirements, so make sure that is 720 in width, 480 in height, 72 resolution. We are going to be making a video timeline, not a create frame animation in Photoshop. So make sure that is set for 12 FPS. And make sure that the video layer is also 12 FPS. Project requirements. This GIF has to be 2 to 5 seconds long. We're going to be animating 2 dots, and you got to either use a triadic or a complementary color scheme. If you use a complementary color scheme, the background should be white. And for the triadic color scheme, each dot should be a different color, and then the third color would be the background. Now, if you don't know what a triadic color scheme is, here's a graphic that I have. The most basic one is blue, red, and yellow. But if you want to try different pairs, you can. You're basically just using 3 colors from the color wheel. And if you turn this, then it'd be yellow, green, blue, violet, red, orange, and then etc. Now, if you use a complementary color scheme, it is color on the wheel and what's across it. So yellow, purple, green, red, blue, orange. Let me put this back. And let's get started in Photoshop. So you want to go to New File. You want to name this MD for moving dots, underscore your name. So your name. Okay. This is an example, so I'm going to write example. Width, make sure it's 720. This is pixels. Height, 480 pixels. Resolution, 72. And say create. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to go down to create video timeline. So make sure that it's create video timeline. I go to the settings for frame rate. Make sure that it is set to 12 frames per second. We're going to expand this out, and we want to adjust this time slider before we get the video layer up. My advanced students in the back, make sure you guys keep quiet. I'm doing a demo. So using this little time slider here, you want to change that to 2. If you want to do 5, just leave it, but for those who want to do 2 seconds, move it to 2 seconds. I want to move this layer to 2 seconds as well. This is my background layer. And then we go to Layer, Video Layers, New Blank Video Layer. And I should automatically adjust to 2 seconds. I'm going to expand it out so I can just see it a little bit better. Oh, and remember, if you do this drop-down arrow, you can see the drawings once you've drawn them. I want to label the first one .1. I'm going to do 0, 1. I'm going to just duplicate that by dragging it down to this, duplicating it, double-click, rename it to .2. So I'm going to draw my dots on 2 separate layers. And let's see. Going back to my triadic color schemes, I'll do like a green, violet, and orange. That sounds kind of cool. I'll do green, violet, and orange. So let me go to my colors over here. I want to make the background a violet color. To make it real easy, I'm just going to grab this paint bucket tool. If you don't see it on the side, right click. You might see gradient instead. I would do the paint bucket. You have your color selected. I have my background selected. Let me rename that background. Actually, BG for short, background, and paint bucket. Next up, I'm going to go to my first dot and go to my brush tool. Again, you can change the size of the brush tool up here. Oh, and if you get this cross-looking shape, just make sure that your caps lock is turned off so you can get the circle. Okay. Dot 1 is going to be my green color. So I want to make sure that this is a green color. Adjust it. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I like that. Then I want to make sure that my other one is that, I said orange? Yeah, orange color. So now I have green and orange. One last thing. So let's make one more layer. So I have the background selected. I'm going to go down to the layers button. And this is going to be my planning. So planning layer, planning. Okay. Just adjust this back. Okay, in this layer, I just want to plan out the course of, I guess, where my dots will be. So I have my green one selected, and I have my planning stage selected. I'm going to draw out where I want them to go. So right up here. I'm going to use a smaller brush size. So what do I want to do? Do this. I'll do like a little loop. I think I can draw that nicer. Little loop. Yeah. And then do my orange one. Be chasing after this guy. I like that. Now I'll go back to my dot 1. I'll make the dot 1 the green. Oh, and make sure that your onion skin's turned on and your shortcuts. So now if I do a drawing, I want to change my opacity down on the planning. I get like 10. But now when I do a drawing on dot 1, I should be able to see it. I'm going to turn off the background too, just so it's a little easier to see. Yeah. So this is how you get started. If you feel like you need more frames, again, max you can do is 5 seconds. So 2 to 5 seconds. You can adjust it down here. Now I'll have the final example out later, but I just wanted to show how you can get started. And same with the other dot, you just expand it. You can switch colors down here. You can view the planning page. You can start drawing. Again, if you want that onion skin on, you just enable right over here. So now you can just experiment with how your dots will go. Once you're done, I want you to go to File, and go to Save As. You want to make sure that it's saved with the proper file name. You want the file name to be md_your name. Then go to Desktop. If you have a specific folder, you can save it there. And then say Save. Make sure it is a Photoshop file. And you also want to save it as a GIF. So you go to Export, Save for Web Legacy. Oh, before you save it for Web Legacy, make sure to turn off the planning guide so you only have your dot animation. Again, this was just an example. I'm sure you guys can do way better than that quick thing. So save for Web Legacy. Make sure it's a GIF. We don't need it to be transparent because we colored the background. So it doesn't, I guess, matter if you have it clicked or not. And then click Save. Again, md_your name. Make sure it's on the desktop. And these settings are fine. So save. And then let's double check. Yep. Sweet. And that's it.